Hey, what's up? JazawaToad here. Bringing you a quick tutorial on how to do simple editing in Sony Vegas for your Let's Play videos or any gaming videos to begin with. So first off, I'm using Sony Vegas Pro 11. It doesn't matter what version, really. Any version after 9 is about the same. There's no real changes. They're all the same. So if you're using 12, 10, it don't matter. It's just going to be the same as mine. So you can still use this as a guide. Now you're going to go to File, you're going to click Open, and open any random video that you wanted to edit. And let's say, what I'm going to do is cut a little clip. Let's say from later on in the video. Or not, earlier on, I guess. I'm trying to find a specific spot where it'll be easy to judge, like zooming and panning as such. Okay, so anyways, wherever you click at, where this little cursor is at, you press S, and that's where it's going to split the video. So that's how you split your video, for one thing. So let's go to the other two and delete that, and bring this out. Zoom in a little bit on it. There we go. So that's zoomed in a little bit here. Now, first thing you're going to do is right-click. Actually, you're going to go to File, then go to Properties. Now, whatever you want your quality to be, or whatever the video size is, you change it here. You can either go get the drop-down look, or you can type it here. This is actually like 720 by 480, but I set it to 720. Actually, no, that's actually what it is. But that's actually what I set it to. You can actually type it, change it around to whatever other one, depending on what type of video it is, or what type of quality, or whatever. That's the actual size, so whatever size you're going to change it. So you can look and change it there, whatever. You make sure you set this to best. Leave all this as it is. Don't change anything else. Your audio, you're going to keep the same. Set the stereo, unless you want people that don't have surrounds on to hear a weird thing. But yeah, just basically make sure you have the template laid out right. Then click apply, even though I didn't change it or anything. Now, actually, what you're gonna do is, if you're in the PAL region, you're gonna have to change it to PAL. I'm sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you probably will. I have to use NTSC. So, anyways, after you do that, you're gonna right-click on the video itself, and yet again go to Properties. Now, click on Disable Resample, and uncheck Maintain Aspect Ratio. Those two are the most important thing. Those are really, really important. I can't really word that right for some reason, but those are really important. So disable Resample and uncheck Maintain Aspect Ratio. The rest of this you don't need to mess with. It's just titles and whatever else. So as you see, that made it get a lot bigger than the actual size. Now again, to get rid of the black lines on the sides that you don't like, you want to be full screen, right? You're going to right click, and you go to Video Event, Pan, and Crop. You go over here and just drag it to where it's lined up right, and you can see it up in the bottom, up in the top preview box. You'll see it and be able to judge it there, whether you got it all cropped out or not. Make sure it's zoomed in enough. You can do this in Camtasia as well, which, funny enough, is what I'm using to record this, the Camtasia screen recorder. So anyways, there we go. Now it's all cropped out. And that's something you need to keep, remember to do. When you're recording your video, when you're actually importing it, make sure to import it in a 16:9 format, not 4:3. Because when you're zooming and panning and after you get the video rendered and uploaded, it's going to be a widescreen video. So you'll be dropping the quality, in a sense, by zooming a 4:3 video to fit a 16:9 format. So you need to make sure you record it in the 16:9 for best quality, because you'll be zooming it out and it'll be a 16:9 video, widescreen video essentially. So that's something to keep note of whenever you're actually importing your video. Make sure to change that. Now that we got it all zoomed in, you're going to want to improve your video quality. Now, I don't do a whole lot, but it does a big difference, the two things that I do. Actually, you're going to go to Sharpen. You're just going to grab it and drag it to here, to the actual video itself, and add however much sharpen you want. You add too much, it's going to look really cartoonish. You take away, it just doesn't matter exactly how you want to do it. You take away, it'll be really blurry. It just depends on the game itself. Some games need a whole lot to look really good, some need a little bit to look really good. It doesn't matter. With this one, I think it needs about, it's a little over 300, so around 350. Let's go ahead and make that even 350 just for the hell of it. And I think that looks about good. When it comes to Smash Bros. Videos, I have to use about 500. When it comes to Xbox gameplay, I use about 125. So, now you got that done. That looks a lot better than it did before. And you can't tell too much here unless you change this to just best, full, for your preview. But my computer doesn't play it back very well when I set it like that. It just lags really bad. So I just set the best in auto. Now, the next step, if you want to be a bit more colorful, you go to saturation adjustment and just grab it and drag it down to the video itself. Go down to high, you're going to drag that all the way to the right, depending on how high you want it to be. Some you want a lot of color, some games you don't. I'm going to drag it to about 500, and that's not going to do a big difference. If you saw it didn't do a big difference. This is where the difference will come in when you go to low. You drag it, and it brings out all the color, like really deep. Like really a lot of color. It's weird. Like you can take all this away, and there will be, it's weird. You can still see reds, but yeah. So that's where the big significance on colors will come from, is changing high and low. So let's leave it about there because it looks about good. That's essentially all I do for the video itself to make the video look better, which does a very big difference. Besides, right-clicking and disable resample and maintain aspect ratio, those are the things I do to make it look better, and those do a very, very significant difference. I cannot stress that enough on the end result of the video. So now that you have all that done, we're going to go to File, going to go to Render As, and this is essentially, getting your video rendered out and exporting it to where you can use it. Let's say just whatever the hell, now these are your different file output formats. So, like say you're making a friggin' music video, or not music video, but like say you're making a song or something, you're gonna, export it as a WAV or WMA file, which is just audio. Now, there's MP4, there's WMV, there's, what is that other one what is that other one? AVI, yeah, AVI. Now, AVI is a very good, video format because it, actually, when you're uploading it to YouTube, it processes while it's uploading, so it's better quality, but it makes it a very big video file, and it takes a long time to upload. So for myself, I actually go to and make a WMV file because that seems to be the fastest to upload, and it seems to be good quality. Now these are all the presets they have. I actually took one and changed it myself. So any one of these, you won't have this one, but you'll have all these. So you're gonna right click on whichever one I guess would seem the closest. It doesn't matter too much. Actually, you're not going to right click, you're just going to click on it and then click Customize Template. And go up here, and you can either look for the template, or you can type it yourself and put, like, say 720 by, I did not want to do that, 720 by 480. There we go. So, that's the actual, that's how you want to render out. If you want to be, a very, very HD, like 1080p video, then you're going to pick 1320 by 1080, I think that's it. I forgot. But yeah, so anyway, 720 by 480, that's how I always render them out as, and they look very well. Now over to video, and make sure you drag this to the highest, and if you're in the PAL region, you can have it set to PAL. If you're in America, then you have it set to NTSC. And I would say set it to double NTSC or double PAL or whatever. There's no double PAL actually, but I would say set it to double NTSC, but YouTube only takes regular NTSC, which is 30 frames per second. So there's no point in trying to render it out in double NTSC. So leave it like that. Make sure video smoothness is at its highest, and your bit rate, you want to change that to whatever your computer and your internet can handle, I guess. I'm not sure how that actually works. I tried all the other ones and it wouldn't work, so I just had it set to internet LAN, and it works for me and renders, so anything else it wouldn't let me, so I left that alone. And then your project, you use project settings, or you can just pick best, and just to be sure, I guess. But besides that, there's not much you really want to do. The rest of this is just your audio and your video. Let's just make sure you do those important steps. Don't miss anything out. And yours should be down here where mine is, because that's essentially this same exact format right here that I use. So after that, you go and you click render, and it'll start rendering. I would, but my computer might crash because I'm recording while rendering. And make sure you uncheck render loop region only, otherwise it'll render only the loop region, and you don't want that to happen because that screwed me over several times. So that's about it, really. There's nothing much else. There's split screen editing, stuff like that. You can go look up other videos if you want to learn how to do advanced. This is just simple and basic editing with Sony Vegas that I do whenever I use Sony Vegas. So yeah, that's actually about it. If you need to add transitions, it's not hard. All that you can figure out. But yeah, I hope this helps you out. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter if you need to ask me any other questions. And if you need any other advanced guides on how to do, say, any other advanced techniques, that's what YouTube is for. So I just made this one to help out a friend in particular, so I could be very specific on what I wanted to help him with. So like I said, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys later on in the next part of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Even though this wasn't that. Whatever. Later.